Short sales versus bank-owned property. How can you tell the difference, and why does it matter? A lot of you are sending me listings to look at, which I then tell you are short sales, and then you ask me what is a short sale. So I'm going to look a little bit today at the difference between a bank-owned property or a fully foreclosed property, or an REO, which stands for real estate owned, and a short sale listing, which is a pre-foreclosure and is not yet owned by the bank. Now, the reason that you don't want to be looking at short sale offers, in my view, is because the price that you're seeing listed on the MLS, when you look at that listing and you see a price, that price has not yet been agreed by the bank. The bank does not yet own that property. The property is owned by the owner, who's about to go into foreclosure, but is hoping to sell the property at today's value and hope the bank will forgive the difference on what they actually owe. In most cases, this does not work out. It takes months and months of negotiations with the bank that are famously bureaucratic. You will end up with a huge headache. And at the end of the day, you probably still won't have a house. So my suggestion is this. Most of those pre-foreclosures will eventually go into foreclosure. Why not wait for them to become foreclosures, or pick those that are already in foreclosure and purchase those instead? Those properties are owned by the bank. The bank has agreed the price. The price that you're seeing is a real price, not a fishing expedition by an owner who's hoping to sell it at some value that they've pulled out of the air. And those bank-owned properties can actually close normally within about 4 weeks. So the question becomes, how do you tell the difference between a bank-owned property and a pre-foreclosure or a short sale? Well, sometimes you'll be lucky and it will actually say in the body of the listing, short sale. That's easy. Cross it off the list and move on. You may also see something that says pre-foreclosure. That's probably a short sale. Cross it off the list. If it says third-party approval required, that's a short sale. Cross it off the list. If you see a long, complex phrase that says something like, listing price may not be sufficient to cover all liens and encumbrances, square footage should be independently verified, yada, 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 that's a short sale. Cross it off the list. Look for properties that say bank-owned. If you're not clear, ask us. We have access to a more sophisticated system that will tell us in much more obvious terms whether it's a bank-owned property or not. Once you have picked those that you think are of interest, save them in your favorites. We can go in through the back end of the system and look at all of the searches you've conducted. We can look at your favorites, and we can leave comments for you next time you log in. You can leave comments and questions for us there also. That's probably the best way to proceed. If you're not sure whether something's a short sale or a bank-owned property, just ask us. We'll be happy to help. And in the next video, I'll be telling you how things actually work with the bank once you've selected a bank-owned property, how we move forward, and the steps that are involved in actually making a successful transaction happen.